Hi everyone, welcome to the Immigrant Lawyer. My name is Leah and I am a California licensed attorney currently based in the Sacramento area. In this video, we'll review how to apply for a real ID if you are a non-U.S. citizen living in California. A real ID is basically an enhanced form of identification with added security measures that the federal government has required everyone traveling domestically through air to use through TSA as their form of ID as of May 7, 2025. In California, those who are U.S. citizens, permanent residents, or green card holders, and those with valid immigration status, such as on a temporary work or student visa, DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or TPS, Temporary Protected Status, are eligible to apply for a real ID. There are 3 recommended steps for applying for your real ID as a non-U.S. citizen in California. First is making sure you have all the required documents, which we'll go over in this video. Second is to fill out the online application or form. And third is to bring your completed application, including the originals and the form you completed, to your local DMV, where you can set up an appointment and present your application to a DMV representative to finish processing of your real ID application. All right, for step 1, the required documents for your real ID application, you'll need 1 proof of identity in its original or certified copy. And for non-U.S. citizens, this means your proof of immigration status. So for example, if you are a permanent resident or green card holder, this will be your valid unexpired green card. If you are on a work or student visa, this will be a copy of your visa in your passport or the Form I-797, Notice of Action or Approval Notice for your immigration status. Or if you are on TPS or DACA, this will be whatever documents show your eligibility for TPS or DACA. You will also need 2 proofs of California residency. This can come in the form of mortgage statement, lease agreements, utility bills, mail from the government showing that you have a California address. However, if your name doesn't appear in a document that shows a California address, you will need to bring proof of relationship with someone whose name does appear on a document that has a California address. For example, if you live with your spouse and your spouse is on the utility bill, mortgage statement, or lease agreement, but your name doesn't appear on that document, you will need to bring your marriage certificate along with your real ID application to show that you do have a qualifying relationship with the person who does have a California physical address. Once you have all your required documents ready and good to go, then step 2 is completing the online application form on the DMV website here. For the online application, you can also upload copies of your required documents through the portal, which will hopefully help you save time for when you go in person for your real ID application appointment. However, for that in-person appointment, you will still need to bring the original copies of your required documents along with a printed out copy of the online application form. The third and final step in your real ID application process is to schedule an in-person appointment to complete the process. You can find your local DMV office here. And once you schedule your appointment, you will bring your required documents, the original or certified copies, and the printout of your online application for a DMV agent to review and confirm, make sure that you're that person in the application, confirm your identity. And at your appointment, you'll have your photo taken, or you can also opt to reuse your current photo if you already have a California issued driver license or ID, and then it will get sent out to you in the mail. I think from what I recall through my own experience, 1 to 2 weeks. And once you receive your real ID in the mail, you'll know that it is a real ID in California because it has the bear and the gold star at the upper corner of the ID, whereas a non-real ID has a federal limits apply logo at the top. All right, y'all, thank you for joining me in this video. If you found this content helpful, feel free to like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos and content like this one. Again, my name is Leah. This is the Immigrant Lawyer. We'll see you next time.